So the thing cut off or whatever. I don't know. Some people probably don't want me to tell the story. Like, don't tell that story. Like, whatever. It's story time. That's what we do here. Okay. So this is like the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Because my son was born in 93. So this is like still like 93. And I was like, okay, so what do you want me to do? She was like, just come down. And so I came down. And when I did, she had like completely snapped. Like she really beat this little baby up. She kind of, really put it on. Like he had a black eye. He had like a mark on his face and stuff. And then her mom came out like, what are you going to do? And she tried to put him in the bed. So her mom, he was fine though, just like your mom. She tried to put him in the bed, even though she had like really pounded on him really bad. Her mom came home and was like, where's the baby? Because her mom really loved him. You know what I'm saying? Like she really did. And her mom was like, where's the baby? And she was like, oh, he right there. He right there. And so I was like, and she was like, right where? And she had put him in the bed so her mom couldn't see him. But her mom picked him up and seen what she had did. And then her mom proceeded to beat her with a vacuum. And so it's not funny. This is not funny at all. And so she was like fighting her mom and like, stay out of my business. You always in my business. And she was like, I'm going, this baby gonna get taken from you and things like that. So her mom came to my mom and was like, you know what she did? And then she told my mom what had happened. And then she was going around the corner to tell my oldest son's grandmother, like pretty much like, your kids ain't nothing. And she just wanted to like talk about them, whatever. So after she had like pounded on the baby and he had a black eye and stuff and things like that, her mom was, I believe, in process of like taking the baby. You know what I'm saying? So her mom was finna take the baby and things like that. But she was like, you're not taking my baby. He's my baby. And it was just like a real big thing. It was a big thing. Long story short, let's just wrap this up. She started messing with one of my brothers. Well, both my brothers. But she got pregnant by like my second oldest brother. And she just had like a lot of problems, I noticed. And at that time, back then they wasn't looking at mental illness as like a really big thing. They was like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. Or then they'll just go off and say you crazy or something for doing that, which that is pretty crazy for what she did. But she had like a lot of mental things going on that was just not talked about at all. So her mom was really like upset. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, she wasn't happy with this whole thing. So her mom wanted custody of the baby or whatever. And she, so long story short, she wound up getting pregnant again by my brother. And he was messing with one of my ex-best friends or whatever. Somebody else I hung out with. And she had made a like discernment, just a disclaimer, okay? She had made like a small little cocktail thing and threw it through her window and it exploded. And she tried to run, but she was really pregnant. And she got caught and she had to do some time in jail. And her mom wanted, she got custody of her kids. But people need to know that mental illness is a real thing. And that, it was ignored back then in the early 90s. You just was deemed crazy or whatever. When it's just embedded things that's inside of you, just in your mind or whatever, that you dealing with. It don't make you crazy just because, people, you don't think like them, you don't see things like them. That does not make you crazy. She was a beautiful person. She is a beautiful person because she's still here. And she really did love her kids. She just had a lot of other issues that she was challenging, that was a challenge to her and a battle to her. And she really wanted love, and that was her main thing of what she wanted. And she tried to get it from those two men, and those two men didn't give it to her, you know? And she started just, you know, and she wound up going to jail for those things. I still love her. I still care for her, and she knows that. So, thank you guys for listening. See ya.